What's up, everyone? The finale of WandaVision just dropped on Disney Plus, so let's take a look. Real quick, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, let me know what you thought of the finale as well as the entire series of WandaVision, as it's over now. And this video will have spoilers for the entire series so far. So obviously, if you haven't seen it yet, go finish the series and then come back to this video. Anyways, let's get into the review. So this episode quickly starts off with a whole bunch of action as expected. Wanda is fighting Agnes and Vision is fighting the fake white Vision. And then Wanda tries to open up Westview to let out the people who are becoming self-aware. But she realizes it's going to delete Vision and the kids. But meanwhile, while the bubble is open or the Westview is open, the sword team gets in, so that leads to this big fight. Wanda, Vision, and the kids, and Monica, who has superpowers now, team up against the bad guys. Vision comes to terms with the fake Vision. He gives him his memories, and then he just flies off. The sword agents get disarmed by the kids, and then Darcy Lewis comes in with a van and crushes the car that the main bad guy's in, and he gets stuck there. So that was the end of that plot really quick. And so just like that, in the first 20 minutes of the episode, two of the main three plot lines were done. Then really for the rest of the episode, Wanda's fighting Agnes. They go back in time, and then they're fighting in the air. They're shooting colors at each other. Then Wanda gets her Scarlet Witch outfit as she becomes really powerful. And then she defeats Agnes, and she turns Agnes back into Westview Agnes, where she's the noisy neighbor. And then Wanda removes the bubble around Westview, and there's a good emotional scene where she has to say goodbye to Vision and the kids, because obviously they're going to get deleted because she created them with Westview, and now they're going to have to get removed. Then the episode ends with there's a couple after scenes. The first one just showed Monica being briefed by one of the green guys from Captain Marvel, really just setting up the Captain Marvel sequel. She's probably going to be in it. And the last one showed Wanda at a remote house, and Scarlet Witch was also there, controlling something, maybe controlling Wanda. And you could hear the kids asking for help. So that was kind of weird. Kind of felt some multiverse type thing going on there. Not sure what's up with that. Definitely setting up something in the future for Wanda. So that's the recap of the episode. A lot happened this episode. A lot was crammed in here. So now let's get on with the review. I thought this episode was pretty good, but it was kind of a bit disappointing at times. I thought the action and the drama were good, and good as you'd expect from Marvel. I'm not a huge fan of these superhero fights where they're just shooting colors at each other. I'm more of a real fighting kind of person. That's more entertaining to me. I never like it when they just have these anonymous powers that just plasma or whatever. I never find that super intriguing. But the fight here between Wanda and Agnes was as good as you can expect from a fight, like I said, where they're just shooting colors at each other and doing magic on each other. And overall, the fights in this movie, they were intense, and they had this big movie vibe. It felt like a MCU movie. It didn't feel like a TV show, and it felt intense. It felt like big things were going to happen throughout the entire episode. Throughout really this entire episode and really the series or the last few episodes, I liked Wanda's arc of her coming full circle with Vision dying and having to say goodbye to him again. I like this whole sequence of it. I thought it held a lot of emotion, and it was a really nice exploration of her character, a character that didn't get touched a lot in the other MCU movies. So it was nice that she kind of got her own little show here. And I thought this show just did a great job exploring Wanda and Scarlet Witch and with Vision. This episode carried a lot of emotion, obviously saying goodbye to Wanda, saying goodbye to Vision and the kids. Very emotional scenes. It kind of hit the same beats as last episode with her having to say goodbye to Vision and kind of dealing with grief. That's alright. It was kind of reminiscent of exactly what we had last week. I thought the second after scene was cool, and it's certainly setting up whatever's next for Wanda, whether that's going to be Doctor Strange 2 or maybe even Spider-Man 3. Something I'm guessing with the multiverse maybe. It's definitely an intriguing scene there, and certainly setting up the future for Wanda and Scarlet Witch. The other after scene was not quite as intriguing, but it just showed Monica. Essentially, she's going to be in the Captain Marvel sequel, is my guess, to some extent. I'm excited about that. I thought she was a good character, but it's not as intriguing. But like I mentioned, this episode was just a tiny bit disappointing for me. The whole series seemed to be setting up this big finale. I just didn't think this finale lived up to that. Every episode seemed to build tension, and just leading up to this huge finale, and it was kind of lame. It was kind of predictable. Like I think we all thought Marvel was gonna have some crazy plot twists, but they didn't. Wanda just defeats the bad people. She deletes Westview, and she has to say goodbye to Vision and the kids. That was really predictable. I could have predicted that last week if you just had to guess on what you expect to happen. That was what I would have expected to happen without any twists, and that's what did happen. So overall, the finale was disappointing to an extent for me. I thought the second Vision, which I was really excited to see that they were going to be having this kind of second Vision arc, with this created Vision. The Sword Team created this Vision, and he's going to be fighting Wanda and Vision. But his fighting was very brief, and Vision just like gave him memories, and he left. I guess he still exists. He's somewhere in the world right now. But I was really let down by that. That was one of the things I was looking forward to most in the finale, and that was a huge letdown. I thought at the end Agnes was kind of lame, and her motives weren't that clever. She just wanted Wanda's powers and to be evil, and it was just evil this, evil that. She didn't really have any creative motives, and she just wasn't a super intriguing villain. To me, she's just gonna be one of those forgetful Marvel villains. I think the thing Marvel's by far struggled the most with is creating good villains. And I think this is a good example of that. This episode felt kind of rushed at times because really there's just too many plot arcs, and they all got crammed into the 40 minutes that we had here. I found that kind of weird because the whole Sword Team arc at the end of the day was actually kind of pointless. It really just acted as almost filler, looking back on it. The only thing it really did was introduce us to Monica Rambeau, who obviously was a big character in the finale here. But other than that, they had like a 2-minute arc in this episode, and then other than that, they didn't do anything to contribute to the end plot. It was all Agnes and Wanda. Also, on the last disappointing thing, I guess, was that I thought the fact that Evan Peters, it looks like for sure he's only going to have a cameo in the show and he's not actually Quicksilver. I thought that was disappointing and a huge letdown. It's frustrating that they're not going to, it looks like for now, they're not going to be using any of the Fox X-Men characters. They really only teased it, but it is what it is. If they're not going to use the Fox X-Men characters, then they're not. We all want them to, but it's their call at the end of the day, and it seems like maybe that's not where they want to go with things. Overall, I didn't think the finale was bad. It was just a bit underwhelming, disappointing, but it had good action and good emotion, and it was a really successful finale for the series. I guess this was the series finale as well as the season finale. It's only going to run one season. And while I did have some complaints with the finale, I thought it definitely ended on a positive note. It wasn't bad. It could have been better. So that will do it for my review of episode 9 of WandaVision. And the season finale and series finale. I believe Falcon and the Winter Soldier show is coming soon. So stay tuned for my weekly review of that. Anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also, let me know down below what you thought of the finale. Thanks for watching and have a great day.